Let's have a session on external growth. So external growth is sometimes called integration, like internal growth is sometimes called organic growth. But anyway, get into external growth. So external growth comes in two forms, mergers and takeovers. Mergers is when you have the consolidation of two entities. It's usually seen as a friendly way of external growth. Whether takeovers is when one entity takes ownership of another entity, and it's usually seen as an unfriendly or hostile way to get external growth. But either way, if you have mergers or takeovers, you will end up with a bigger business and a form of external growth because the growth is created from outside the business. It's important to note that external growth compared to internal growth is often faster, but external growth is usually more expensive than internal growth. Now, the things that we want to look at is why would you want to do a merger or a takeover? Let's go through 7 important reasons of why you would want to do that. Well, number 1 is to get economies of scale. Because as you've become bigger, your output has increased, and going through the definition of economies of scale, as output grows, your average cost per unit may well reduce. Possibly because in the case of horizontal integration, and if you can't remember your integration, then check out the types of integration video on this playlist, or just click the card up there. Well, anyway, with horizontal integration, when you are joining up with a firm in the same area of the supply chain as you, well, you'll definitely be able to get purchasing economies of scale here, as you can club together and buy bigger volume from your suppliers and get that higher level of negotiating power to reduce the average cost per unit. It's great for you because if you keep prices at the same place, then you'll be able to increase your profit margins. The second reason is to increase your market share. And if you increase your market share, then it's likely you'll get, because now you're bigger, an increased percentage of the market. That will probably mean you've got less rivals, and if you actually get to a stage where you are almost a monopoly of the market, well then you'll have some sort of control of the price and you become ultimately the price maker within the market, and that's great for you in terms of if you want to have those higher revenues and higher profits. Number 3 is you might do merger or a takeover to secure a point of sale. And this is particularly important for forwards vertical integration, because if you can secure the outlet, that's physical or e-commerce outlet that you're going to sell at, and you now own it through the merger or the takeover, well, that means you're guaranteed somewhere to sell your products, but also you can deny your rivals from using that physical outlet or website, which can be particularly important for you to reduce their presence within the market. The next is that you can secure supplies, and this time with backwards vertical integration. And if you can secure your supplies, being raw materials or components, well, that will mean that you have sustainability in your business. But also you can deny your rivals from using that supplier because you now are that supplier. You own that supplier through the merger or the takeover. Number 5 is it could reduce risk in your business. That's conglomerate integration, because now you have two basically businesses in different areas, completely different industries, and that's a form of diversification, and that will reduce risk. And because they're in different industries, it will help you to mitigate against any downturns in a particular industry, because the other industry may well be doing well, and that will allow you to not have as bad a hit to your finances as you otherwise would have. The next reason is to acquire knowledge, to acquire IP or intellectual property. It might be that a business has knowledge that you require and will enable you to be more successful, so you therefore go and make a takeover of that business. And the last one, which is becoming a really recent one in particularly tech industries, is to just acquire talent. It's been seen with a lot of tech companies looking to steal the best developers, but they would do a merger or do a takeover to help them pursue their business and help it grow. So that's external growth. I hope that helps. If you're confused with types of integration, please check out that video, and I'll see you at the next sesh.